Hey guys, how you doing? This year alone, we've made mead, we've made cheap beer, we've made brand name beer, but the one thing I haven't shown you how to do is put together an inexpensive homebrew kit. If you're a guy, where is the first place you think of when you need equipment? The hardware store. Don't go too far.
But I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game.
So I was just at the homebrew shop, and this is the only thing that I had to get legitimate was the airlock to make the beer. So I'll just put that over there. Here's my drum. Here is the tap, and it's a standard 3/4 inch. I couldn't find a screwdriver, just had to persevere with a spoon. It actually works good. All right, tap has an O-ring. Okay, have that tap turning down. What's in there? Oh, O-ring. And I think I knew it came with that O-ring. Only little modification that we have to do to this is put in the airlock. This looks exactly like a drum that they used to sell for homebrew, and the airlock was normally right in the middle of that side section. In fact, you can see a little faded hole right there where probably the manufacturers could have put it. So you need a drill, which is the same size as the base of your airlock. I don't have my drill at home with me, so all I could find was this really old drill, or driver. It's not even a drill, and it had this P6mm bit, which is way too small, so I'm gonna have to try and wind it out, ream it out. Oh, what a mess. Just see if that fits. Doesn't quite fit through. Round out the sides of that a bit more. And that'll do. Snug. Just get a little sharp knife and just sort of scrape those burrs off the side of the little swarf, just so it doesn't fall into your beer. Little grommet, put that in the top. Yeah, that's really snug. Next thing we need to do is sterilize that drum. Sodium percarbonate, 1 kilogram. So that's 10 grams per litre, 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milligrams. If I use 2 of those, that's 30 milligrams, which is 3 litres of water. There's 1 and 2, what's that? 30 milligrams, let's go 1 more. 45 milligrams, that is 4.5 litres of water. And a good tip that the homebrew store told me was use hot water, not boiling, but hot. Give that a swish around. Dissolve all those granules of the sodium metacarbonate. What is it again? Sodium percarbonate. Might actually look up what chemical formula that actually is. Just leave that in there because I'm going to need some of that in a second. The other piece of equipment that we're going to need is bottles. So, I've been saving up all my tonic water bottles for the past 6 months, and you'll know from a video I did last year, I like tonic water with a bit of ice and a slice of lemon. Most of the time I don't bother with the lime. One, 2, 3, 4, 4, 16, 17. So these are 125 litres. What's 17 times 125? 21.25 litres. I think I've lost a bottle somewhere. I mean, I have other soft drink bottles, but I want to keep these all uniform so they look the same and look good. What I'm going to do is use the mixture in the drum of the sodium percarbonate. Is that what it was? Yep. And rinse out all the bottles and sanitize them as well. if you don't have any sanitizer, you can just put these in the sun and sanitize them that way. Let's open that bad boy up. Put that in there. 2 kilos of sugar. Hot water. And swish that around. Or if you've got a stirrer, I guess you can stir it. That's just more cost, and we're trying to keep the costs down, aren't we? I almost forgot, like I always do, to put in the yeast. Oh, I forgot I had Fisker scissors. Put a little bit of cooking oil on that O-ring so it seals better and it slips into the groove of the lid better. Make sure that's in. Put that on nice and firm so we get a good air seal. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't put the airlock on because when I'm carrying it, the air's being pushed in and out. I'll put it in later, but I'll show you in a few hours. That'll be bubbling. And here we are, 1 week later. All right, let's get this bottled up. My bottles didn't fully dry throughout the week, so I just quickly sanitize them again. All right, priming sugar. Where is it? Oh no, that's it, yes. 3 kilo bag of sugar. Kept 1 kilo for priming, but it's easier straight out of the sugar jar. My 1 tablespoon measurer, and I need some brand new A4 paper. And all I do is just make a funnel shape and sticky tape that together. That'll be good enough. 1.25 litres, that's an unusual quantity. I could work it out and I might work it out later, but I'm just gonna use 2 tablespoons, which is 30 milligrams. Oh dear. It's a bit heavy. Right, and that's it. Got 1 spare bottle, so only needed 16 bottles, which is an even 20 litres. Perfect. I mean, there's a little bit of sediment. I'm not going to drain that last little bit. All right, let's get the caps on these. Put them away. Now, if we total up all of that equipment, it was $30 for the water drum / fermenting drum, $3 for the tap that goes with the drum, $5 for the airlock, and $5 for the filling tube, which brings us to a total of $43 for your kit, which would last you at least a year. Now, I did look at DIY options for an airlock and they didn't look very durable, and you could probably get away with a filling tube, but it just makes the process so much quicker if you have those 2 things, and that's why I included them. Obviously the bottles were free. I didn't include the cost of the cleaner / sanitizer, the sodium percarbonate, because I didn't start off the year using it. I just simply used the natural sunlight. My major concern in this project was the durability of reusing soft drink bottles. Years ago, I saw my friend use them and they actually bulged out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at these bottles. Now, this has been a good 6 weeks that these have been sitting in the bottles, and you just can't, they look perfect. They feel hard, like there's gas in them, but for the most part, there's no deformation. Now, I put one in the refrigerator and I've cooled it down to about 4 or 5 degrees. It's probably warmed up a couple of degrees. No, there's no deformation there. Just wondering if I shake that up vigorously, if something will happen to that. Shaking that up has done nothing. You can see it's resettling down there. I guess all that's left is a taste test. Oh, that was good. Okay, this is the room temperature one, which is about 14 degrees. And it's got very poor head retention. It's not holding any of that head. By rights, the refrigerated bottle should have even less head retention and less gas. But due to some anomaly, that has a much better head. It's got a little bit of head retention. That head's staying up just a little bit. Slowly subsiding. Is it midday yet? Oh, it is actually. That actually has quite a nice flavour. I made sure I thoroughly cleaned the glasses before I started. It's a little bit sweeter because I put so much priming sugar in there. Man, I haven't even had lunch yet, but cheers.